Welcome to NEXTGames video on how to solo the July 2019 Intense Ambuscade on very easy difficulty. This month, our fight is against Sahagins. We last saw this fight in August 2017, and it appears that SE has not changed it anyway. Before the fight, let's go over the main things we'll want to watch out for in this battle. So on the very easy difficulty, this fight is against 3 Sahagins. The first is the Bozeto Songstress. She is a bard that cannot be damaged directly. She also has a bio aura and will stand in the middle of the arena singing mambos on herself and all of her other mobs that are with her. She also uses a move called Cleansing Bubbles to remove all debuffs from herself and nearby mobs. The second Sahagin you will see is Bozeto Wave Fist. This is a monk mob that will use 100 Fist and has a very high counter rate. They will also occasionally use Sucker Punch after a counter move that will inflict high damage to you if it does happen to hit you. Now this is blocked by a shadow, so you should be fine, but if it does happen to hit you, it will reset hate as well. The third Sahagin you will see is Bozeto Flow Spear. This is a Dragoon mob that will summon a wyvern while he's fighting and then later sacrifice him in the battle for a massive cure for himself. Both of the damage dealing Sahagins will use Hydrosot, Hyperball, and Spinning Fin. Hydroball is an AoE move but does very little damage and will not wipe your shadows. Hydroshot will reset hate on the target it's used on, will also knock you back. It's also blocked by shadows, so as long as this doesn't hit you, you won't have to deal with either of those two things. The last one is called Spinning Fin. It is an AoE move that is blocked by 2 shadows, but if this does hit you, you will be stunned for up to 15 seconds. Please note that this will hit many of your trust during this fight, so there will be periods of times where your trust are stunned for up to 15 seconds, so be prepared to deal with that. Next, we need to talk about how you damage the Songstress. Well, the way you do that is by killing the other Sahagins. Each one you kill reduces the hit points of the Songstress by roughly 33%. So if you kill 3 Sahagins, the Songstress just falls over and dies. Lastly, if you actually do kill all the Sahagins besides the Bozeto Songstress, she will become vulnerable to melee attacks and you can damage her. The last thing I'll note is if you're thinking of pulling the damage-dealing Sahagins away from the Songstress, that actually won't work because they gain a massive damage reduction trait the further they are away from the Songstress. Therefore, it's critical that you kill the Sahagins, all of them, right on top of the Songstress so that you can maximize your damage output. So the strategy for this fight will be to open with a Provoke on the Flow Spear to make sure you have hate on him, and then immediately start killing the Bozeto Wave Fist. Once the Wave Fist is dead, the Songstress will be reduced to 66% hit points. As soon as it's killed, you want to switch your focus to the Flow Spear and kill it as quickly as possible. Try and put up things like Berserk to speed up your killing. As soon as the Flow Spear dies, the Songstress will be reduced to 33% hit points and be vulnerable to attack. If you killed that Flow Spear quickly enough, you will have 30 seconds to a minute before she resummons a Wave Fist. In that time, you want to try and finish off that last 33% hit points of the Songstress. If in fact you can't happen to do that, or the Songstress has already summoned a Wave Fist before you finish the Flow Spear, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and kill that Wave Fist, and then that will end up killing the Songstress as it will reduce the Songstress's hit points by an additional 33%. So there are really basically 2 ways to win this fight. 1, by just killing 3 Sahagins, or 2, by killing 2 Sahagins and then quickly finishing off the Songstress before she can resummon one of them. I'll show an example of both of these in my fight. Lastly, I want to talk about what happens when we step the difficulty up to easy, because frankly the very easy difficulty this month should not be difficult for most people. Well, what they do is they add a second Bozeto Wave Fist, and each Sahagin has much higher hit points. In my attempts to win at this difficulty, it's definitely proved possible, as I have won on a few occasions, but each run takes me over 20 minutes, and I have found the main difficulties in beating this difficulty is the large barrage of swings that you have coming at you when you're tanking all 3 of those Sahagins. Especially since 2 of them are monks, and they have a high counter rate, you're definitely going through your shadows very quickly. Additionally, if stun lands, the AoE stun on your trust, that 15 seconds to where they can be stunned seems to happen much more frequently, and can of course put you at risk if you happen to need cures during that time if your shadows are down due to all those melee swings. So due to that, I would say that most everyone should try and stick to the very easy difficulty. I may post a video later this month showing how to beat it on easy if I can get the strategy a little more reliable in regards to a victory. Right now I only have about a 25% success rate when trying it on the easy difficulty. Okay, without further delay, let's go ahead and show you all what this looks like in the very easy difficulty. The first run you'll see will go ahead and show you what it's like when you go ahead and kill the 2 Sahagins and then are able to kill the Songstress before she can respawn a 3rd. And then the second example will go ahead and show you what happens when you can't kill her in time and how you deal with that. I'm using my usual set of followers for this run. That includes Seth to continually restore HP, MP, and TP to the party, Ulmia for March, Koromoru for Haste, Shantoto 2 for SCs and MBs, and Yoran to continually keep me alive and cure me. Enjoy the fight, everyone. that was a good example of exactly what happens when we're able to kill the Flow Spear and Wave Fist quickly enough to finish off the Songstress before she resummons either of them. In this example, I do not kill the Songstress quickly enough, and at 5% hit points, she ends up resummoning one of the monks. This means that I am unable to damage her any further from 5%, and the only way I'm able to win this fight is by switching back to the Wave Fist and killing her. Additionally, it means sometime in the next 30 to 60 seconds, she is going to summon another Flow Spear, and therefore we will be once again dealing with 3 mobs at the same time. So it's important that we finish off this Wave Fist as quickly as possible. Hope everyone enjoyed the video this month. Please let me know if you have any questions down there in the comments. Have a great month.